The biggest community event of Hitman and the hunt for World Championship title begins here. Welcome to the opening match of the 2021 Roulette Rivals World Championship presented by 47 Speedrun community. We begin this 8-week-long tournament with a group stage match from Group F between PapaLevy and Gordiniroy. I'm so excited to get this underway, but I'm just as glad to share the booth with admin and veteran shoutcaster GKPunk. Hi.
Hey everybody, hey Info1.
He actually made it to the World Championship and so excited for this for sure. 8 weeks and more than 200 matches. It's going to be nothing like we've seen or participated in or I guess took part behind the scenes. It's going to be busier but also bigger and better. And going to crown a world champion December 12th in more than 7 weeks. And it all begins here with the group stage.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about world champions and all that, and veteran shoutcaster. You're the current world champion, so how's your prep has been going? Because you'll be watching all these guys, not just as a shoutcaster or an admin, but as a defending champion.
Yeah, it's just so excited to watch all of these matches. Of course, it's impossible to watch all 240-ish, but these are 64 great players, and can't wait to see how they do in these 7 matches of the group stage. They are guaranteed to play 7 times, so we are going to see who's prepared the most, who's the best. And yeah, apart from that, I was also playing and hoping to de-rust somewhat, but I guess group stage will decide who are the favorites for this year, and I'm just hoping to be one of them. But from these 64, I'm going to see many matches which are just going to be impossible to tell, especially in the later stages. And of course, it's a 2-month event, 3 weeks of group stage, 8 players per group will be whittled down to 4, and then the old reliable double elimination bracket where it's almost a do or die, but of course you can still make it to the final from the losers bracket, but it's going to be crucial every single match. So we are meant to start at 05. Both are ready on my end. Let's see if I need to add some sound. Trying to add some to Gordy's side. It's good to go on my end and hopefully on theirs too. Don't see a countdown yet. So hopefully we are boarding very soon to Sapienza, and we are going to stay there because this was the map choice from both players. Tiny story about this is the RR6 opener match was also between Eli and Gordy, and they also started the double Sapienza, so probably after this was brought up, they just thought that it would be best to go for it again. It was a really exciting decider in Whittleton. So there is no spin data from Eli's end either, so I got a DM from Mike, so spin is delayed because there are some tech issues, but it's going to take just a few minutes, I'm sure. I think it's only fair if player requested a 5-minute delay, then we can take 5 more minutes to sort out some technical stuff. I think we can take a look at the groups in the meantime. if I can interact with it. This is Group F we are starting in, which was featured by T-Nort. He is the number 1 seed of this group, and then this group also has Mike, the admin of this match, and then Gordy as seed number 3, Eli as seed number 5. Between them is Red Fox, and the number 6 seed is Buff Guy. So these are 6 really tough players, each having different strengths. So I couldn't even say which 4 would advance from these. But of course, Foxy and T-Hawken, the rookie, can cause some upsets. What would you say? Who would you say are the favorites in this group, Punk?
I would put Mr. Mike up at first. He's been in the finals of Roulette a bunch of times. Gordini has been very consistent. If Red Fox shows up to play, he can get out of the group too. I mean, not just waking up, but also not doing crazy strategies, because he's notorious for doing that. And Nort's been very. He's like a rock until the semifinals.
Yeah, Nort is perhaps the best player who have never made it to a final, because he has 2 third places and has been around for more than a year with so great win rates and all.
Yeah, that's it's like it's kind of similar to Mr. Mike. He's been in the finals a bunch of times, and he has not just barely made it. Mr. Mike had like an upper bracket run through the finals. One time. I'm not sure which one, but I know he had an upper bracket. He never dropped down to the lower bracket.
Mike
so
is
yeah, Nord has a similar thing. Sorry, go ahead.
My bad. So Mike is the best at when new conditions appear. I think I'm going to change back just in case. So just a last word about Mike, that he's been the best when new maps enter the pool, because he was a finalist in RR1 with the season 1-2 maps, and then he also had this upper bracket run in RR4, which was the season 3 special back in February. It's kind of funny because we have like 17 new conditions, so it almost feels like a bit revamped RR formula, so this could be even
yeah, we could see Mr. Mike in the finals this time.
Exactly, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, Mr. Mike, I don't know, the way I see it is might have probably one of the best roulette players. Roulette in a sense that how when roulette was first introduced, it's just a couple of conditions slapped in your face and you just improvise without strategies. Like now at this point, after 7 roulettes, everybody has set strats, defaults.
The meta is changing, shifting
with the 17 new, with the new 17 new editions, it'll be interesting to see what the players come up with. I'm sure we'll see some improvisation. Somebody was like, "Wait, this wasn't here before. Try something new."
Exactly, especially since people keep asking what are the new conditions, or why is this one allowed or not allowed, or being surprised that this can come up in spins. So I know that not everyone reads the spin conditions channel, but hopefully this won't catch anyone in a bad way, but hopefully we get to see some improvisation for sure. I guess, shortly back to, not shortly, but for the rest of the match, back to Eli and Gordiniroy. I think it was kind of settled by them in advance, or they tried their best to be the opening match this tournament as well. After, in RR6, they played the double Sapienza, which went to a decider in Whittleton Creek, which Gordiniroy eventually won and advanced, and eventually became the player with a higher placement. But I think Eli is eager to come back and get a revenge and get his group stage to a better start.
Yeah, Gordini and Eli, I mean, they've both been very consistent up until Roulette Rivals 6. Gordini had 17th place and 13th place finishes, and then Roulette Rivals 6, he finished 9th.
His first top 10.
And we have 2 for Eli. He's been 24th and 25th. Roulette Rivals 6 and 5, respectively. So he probably wants to bring that number up. Maybe get into the top 16.
And it very well happened with experience, I feel. And of course, the group stage is all that different because it's not do or die after one match. But this is the difference in seeding, that Gordy got 3 points for his 3 participations, and not bad at that, because top 10 is no small feat at all. And Eli, with his 2 points, became a 5th seed and ended up in the same group as T-North, Mike, Gordiniroy, Red Fox, Buff Guy, Foxy, and T-Hawken. Just one of the 8 groups, and 4 will advance from each 8th. The delay is indefinite at the moment, but can give Mike some time. This is going to be
so how many wins in a group guarantees playoffs?
So I was thinking about that, and with 8 players it gets really difficult. And so it's because the maximum points is 8 times 3 times 2, where 7 times 3 times 2. So 7 matches, 3 maps each, and 2 points for a win. So that's 42. That's a big number. That's the perfection that everyone's looking for. And generally, if you get half of that, which is 21, of course, then you are in that position for top 4. And we are going to see some groups with less than 21 advancing, and where, of course, the order is muddied up, or there are these circles where one beats the other, but the other loses to a third player. It can get really interesting that way. And of course, sometimes less than 20 points will be enough. It also depends on the group winners and who goes perfect. Can anyone go perfect? That's the big question as well, because it's 21 map wins without a single loss or draw is it's by far the biggest challenge, I guess, other than winning the World Championship.
Yeah, and that's a lot of that. I don't know, that's a win streak. 21 wins go into the next round. Who wants to play you?
It gives
like
you so much
the
confidence.
Undertaker streak at that point.
It's just a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. What do you pick against him in particular, if he won 21 maps on probably more than half the trilogy? Just really tough. As for streaks, and Dakar is in the chat, he has a streak going, which he mentioned the other day. Not map wins, because that was broken in the grand final, but the 5-time console champion has won his last 12 matches. So 3 more and he takes the record with 15. I think that's something that he is also looking out for at the beginning of the group stage.
Oh yeah, if he's one of those guys that can get 21 map wins, which also comes with the match wins. Oh, we see
look at this here. And there's the timer, and there's the update from RR Stats and Hitmaps collaborating to get some very nice LAN statistics for us. 2 minutes until the first win of the tournament, which is Sapienza, chosen by both of them, and here we can see the map win rate by both of them. Gordiniroy being the big veteran of Sapienza, his most played map, I believe, if not Paris, but he's a big season map veteran, season 1 veteran, apologies. He has a positive win rate, 4-3, and Eli is 1-2 there, but his one win was, of course, the RR6 win against Gordy, so both of them are feeling confident going into this opener.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so Gordini not only has a higher win percent, he also has more times played.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if that comes into effect, or Eli has doubled down on his practice after the first match he played against Gordy last time.
Yeah, good point. Usually when both players pick the same map,
1
it's
minute to go. 1 minute to go.
welcome Gordy, and to just turn it down a bit. So when both players pick the same map, I feel like both of them are confident enough, and I can see both of them win once. It's unusual to see a 4-0 stomp that way, because the playing field is generally closer if you and your opponent both opt to pick the same map. On the other hand, Gordy is definitely the more experienced one, and his 3 losses were it includes his first ever map against Fusk, I think RR3, and in RRWC he lost to Fraud, so even his losses aren't that terrible. But these performances are going to change in 10 seconds, and in 10 seconds we are also going to get the RRWC underway with Sapienza between PapaLevy and Gordiniroy. What is the first Sapienza spin, Punk?
First Sapienza spin of 2021 Roulette Rivals World Championship is Silvio Scaruso. Must be eliminated with a folding knife as the delivery man, and Francesca DeSantis with a loud explosive weapon as the butler. Levy restarting his game.
Oh, that's perfect timing. And hopefully the Stadia loading times are more convenient than old-gen Xbox.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
So he's going to
Yeah,
get
that loading
back in.
time looks good.
But Gordy will be the first one to load in, and a Francesca kill is, if it's loud, it's never easy, even if you think it's, so you can think remote, I guess, but it is always going to be heard. So, and Francesca has the 2 personal bodyguards, which are going to be tricky to handle, but probably going to be just a drag at 2.5 minutes into the side room, place micro explosive for her, and detonate an exit.
The bathroom, I mean, if you spend a few extra time, if a little, I don't know, maybe a minute extra and just put her in the bathroom, that's a loud explosion that nobody will hear if you take out the guards.
Yeah, the cost of that is that extra KO with the other bodyguard, and then not 100% sure how the other bodyguard will handle, because he's notoriously random or hard to figure out.
Yeah, he is. He sometimes takes. I remember doing it one time, and I'm waiting for him to come in because I've seen it happen so many times, and he doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Other time he's here as soon as the other guy gets knocked out.
Yeah, it's either timing or placement dependent, or even on Francesca's like her being alive or not, or seeing any bodies. I heard that kind of stuff. But we will see now as Eli also loading in. Got a 90-second advantage. And he's opting to isolate Silvio first. Victor maybe in the 3rd map. And with this timing, oh yeah, he's considering he's going to get Francesca, because otherwise he couldn't. Still 40 seconds to go.
Considered waiting for Silvio, which I wouldn't even think anybody ever bothered considering with the timing of Francesca.
Yeah, it could work if the starting location is inside the mansion and you can shoot the panel in the first 30 seconds, because then you can still isolate Silvio. On the other hand, you can usually do the same thing after the Francesca isolation, so it's generally not so often done. But you will see now Gordy dragging this bodyguard away for security disguise, perhaps.
Possibly for that explosive reaction, because he's gonna be one of the guys that runs in. What is Gordy cooking? Now, the guard's about to turn. I've seen her body get found around 249. Yep, there we go.
Oh, just a second too late. Or I think he would have needed a few more seconds as well, yeah. It's a big restart, and now Eli has a 90-second advantage. PapaLevy.
Gordy immediately replanning.
Yeah. Pale Duck is white, but still lethal, I believe. I know the concussion collector's duck and all those concussion ducks are white, but the Pale Duck I think is still lethal.
Yeah, Pale is the... What was the Blood Money Requiem pack?
Oh, yeah,
That's
true.
that's an OG duck. Yeah, that's... If ducks need accolades.
Will certainly work for this occasion. And now Eli is waiting 30 seconds. This always scares me when he, I guess, alt tabs out and the error message in Danish shows up.
Well, hopefully no game crash, because that would...
Wouldn't be the best start for sure. 10 more seconds and then Francesca will start looking at some documents on her desk and will be left alone by her bodyguards for a quick isolation. There's the silent attack and the drag, which Gordy couldn't do in time. Welcome, Johnny. First match of the tournament indeed. First match of potentially over 250, so good luck on catching most of that.
Alright, Levy drops a micro explosive on Francesca. He's gonna... Tosses a bust. Is that for a distraction on somebody?
So that's the location where you can drop down from the table, which is not legal as of RRWC.
Right, so I was
hopefully
wondering
that's-
why you would do that.
Hopefully he's just trolling us. He wants some attention. But he is getting down the isolation perfectly. Both targets are down and Francesca is remote. Only a butler disguise will be needed for her. That is still a body found. That must be the chef. Oh, a mini-map, yeah. He heard the either frontal KO or the body found. When Silvio acknowledges a body, then that's also something loud. NPCs around him notice it. So Chef Marcello and his first victim is Eli.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, and the lead goes back to Gordy. He's been more efficient this time, not hanging around the rooftop. Knocks out the guard, waiting for Francesca now, right behind her.
Optimizing even more by shooting the panel at 225. There's the KO that he wanted so much, and now he can get the isolation as well. Drop the pale duck for her and isolate Silvio. Now this is interesting because I think that you are 100% safe if Francesca is in the side room, but I'm not sure about the other rooms because of course the guards will start playing hide and seek after a while. So this could be trouble,
Yeah.
but I guess if he's out in the next 4 or 5 minutes, it's even possibly even less because he really needs to go for a folding knife and the butler disguise aren't too far away from here. We shall see. Gordy is tackling these randomly walking bodyguards. Look at he's on the right. Yeah, that's really not ideal, but after this point this will be a tight but consistent window to KO both of them with a bump. Indeed, he even stops for Gordy and Silvio KO is also done. So that's both of them down and it's definitely green guns this time.
Right, I think the only thing in the back of his mind would be Francesca's body being found or not. Unless he's figured that out and it's consistent. As far as I know, that's something that should be in the back of your mind.
Definitely. Well, he's either hoping or he's
Eli,
confident, but yep.
yeah, Eli is doing what I was thinking. See, the other guard, he's he's not coming out.
He is going to come eventually, but if it's 15 seconds or 5 minutes, I couldn't even guess. Gordy gets the folding knife. Uses the door, which is working as of, I think, gluttony or envy. Can just use the key card to get back into the mansion, and he will get the Silvio kill down very shortly and safely. He can still... I'll put this in another way. The butler disguise itself can be a challenge, because without loading slots, it's not trivial. So I don't want to say he can rip to that, but it is a possibility after this first kill.
Yep, the very first kill of Roulette Rivals this year goes to Gordy, Silvio.
And now chat is a question, which player didn't set up the explosion kill? I think Gordy did 3 minutes ago, so it would be Eli.
Eli didn't. I was going to mention that he just didn't drop his micro explosive on Francesca this time.
Now he realizes it, and he's going to run back up and climb and drop it, so it's going to cost a minute or so. And with all that, I think he's definitely 2-3 minutes behind. So he would have to hope for another Gordy restart for him to take this. Chaos Francesca locks on to her head. That's one way to place it. Gordy has the taunt on gun, which is a Colmer reskin. Hoping to
This area can be tricky because of that staff member going out. So he's going back down. Should be good. But that guy can be a problem if you don't pay attention to it. Oh, and Gordy keeps getting spotted by the housekeeper, throwing the police baton.
Yeah, this is costing him some time. Eli is definitely catching up. Gets the folding knife and runs and gets the kill in 60 seconds. Ooh, this is not working for Gordy. It's another throw which was seen.
Go behind her at this point. There we go.
Ooh, different approaches. Emetic grenade for Eli. And he's also throwing an item to the same corner. Seems to work first try. And I think that hits, so off to a bathroom he goes.
Much more efficient. Gordy's been here over 2 minutes.
Gordy using the Colmer would have been quicker, but he of course didn't account for this not working 7 times. Bullet impact notice. Hopefully that doesn't turn into compromise.
That's gonna if she transfers that panic into him, that's gonna be up there. Oh, okay, he got the distraction off, which is lucky.
Wow.
Oh, that is, he's just straight up in his face. He just, Gordy gets spotted trying to trank, and so does Eli by the mansion staff I was mentioning.
Oh my goodness, same time restarts for both of them after they were so close. It is the butler which is using both of them, or causing both of them troubles. seeing the restarts, 9 seconds for both of them, 10, 11. This is going to be really crazy, but now another restart for Gordy.
I
Good point.
expect Gordy to be much more efficient this time, just like he was for his first to second.
I'm sure he was considering full replans for a long time after that. If this really wasn't successful, although he was just one head turn away from getting this guy, so maybe just has to calm his time down. Good point by Joe. Tie is a small but ever-increasing possibility. It's a 30-minute timer for the World Championship group stage. And if you reach a tie, then both players receive 1 point. But it's Sapienza, and it's a 6-minute kind of spin, so there are still some restarts possible by both of them.
Yeah, two more restarts would still maybe be okay. The third one has to be the run. Slight head start on Eli, and if he drops his explosive this time, he will be even faster.
And he was definitely the faster in the second half of the run. He definitely caught up on Gordy, not just because of the Butler issues, although that's a missed throw, but not turning into a peekaboo now. It might be. Green gun unconscious weakness, but servers were gonna catch up.
Was the lead.
Now this is Eli being too eager. He's quicker, but also less patient, so gotta balance it out, and Gordy now has a chance with a minute 40 advantage to finish this one off, although he has barely begun. Francesco is still walking at this point.
Spin is over halfway done, so this is... I don't know how much it affects the players in terms of how fast they go, but we already see rushes in Eli. Even the thing with Gordy, I would say it was a rush because he waited there for 2.5 minutes. Yeah, you can see that in Eli's gameplay. He had to shoot 3 times to get that door open.
Yeah, he's definitely getting impatient. But Gordy must also feel frustrated. First map of the tournament, and it's not going great, and obviously hoping for their experienced Sapienza opponent to finish any time now. Same thing for Gordy. He's not going to finish this isolation at 2:40. He's going to draw her to the bathroom, which didn't rip him last time. So this was safe for 4 minutes or so last time. Can see if this ends up being consistent. Those buddies found, I guess, exactly the delivery man from the start of the mission, who are always being cornered, so that is why the green guns are still present.
Eli knocking out the guard that's right outside the observatory room, which is interesting. Not sure why he's doing that. Oh, for the disguise. Okay, that works. He's gonna take out Chef. No, he turns around. I thought he contemplated taking him out, which is not a bad idea. That's not a loud kill for Silvio.
And the chef himself is definitely a pain usually, and well, I'm not sure if... No, I think Eli doesn't shoot the panel in advance, so he will get them downstairs. So the chef shouldn't be an issue from wallhack or window see-through kind of way. But anyway, here's the isolation again. Right on time. And Gordy is going for the butler this time. He is not going to wait for so long. And that was
Still having
seen
the issue
again.
of getting seen.
Works from that corner. Ooh, Eli missing the throw. He still has a couple melee items. I think he grabbed his last chance before Silvio was going to leave.
Oh, there's that chef. He just almost got seen by him.
Yeah, suspicion
Slight
meter going up.
loss. Ooh. And Gordini still having issue with this housekeeper.
This is getting... Oh, I'm sure this is so frustrating for him. Now she notices the gun. Don't make it into a gun lure, but of course it's not the case now. Now this time it is definitely the butler. And he's going to be alone in this room, so you can corner him from wherever you want, and that has to be a green gun these guys grab.
There we go. That's the shot that would have worked last time as well. But yeah, this is good. Nice breakthrough for Gordy here. First time he's got that disguise.
And if anyone was
not
catching
much
the
stands in
minimap,
his way.
oh wow, the minimap showed that the guard was already back in the room when the butler disguise is acquired.
That was a touch and go.
Yeah, advantage Gordy now. Oh, but this is going to be an issue. He doesn't have a guard disguise to pick up the knife. He's going to run back all the way to the observatory for the guard disguise.
It has to. It's the closest he can go. Eli's got the emetic.
Just has to wait a bit more, and we have seen that. And he has experience that that mentioned stuff is an enforcer. So he will have to look out for him again.
Eli also has the butler disguise. Let's see. I think he has a folding knife as well, so he's actually ahead in terms of setup.
Yeah, looks like it. Or he's just now going for the folding knife. No, he's just checking the conditions. Now Gordy can do the same, get the folding knife. And the disguise is next to Silvio. So that will be one kill. And then get the butler, which will be free now as well. And get the two remaining objectives on exit.
Hey, Eli's going for the virus already. He also has a sniper.
I wonder if... So the ghost can be tricky, but I think the rest, like this Viper, are only going to be resulting in body shots. Because he's going to be shooting directly the virus. And there is a scientist behind it. Yep, that was the sound of a body shot.
Yeah, they're not close enough.
Now this is trouble. At this point he has to get the disguise. He's not going to get by those enforcers, especially in a hostile area. When he's going for main exit. Oh.
Oh, whoa. No, that puts Gordy at an advantage, but it also puts photo finish potential.
It's 47 seconds this time for a photo finish, and Gordy can definitely finish in the next 30. He has a silenced pistol. What does he have to the virus though? Because if he has only this,
he has an EMP.
Then it's 2 throws and 2 detonations away. It's 10 more seconds. 15. Eli is also getting close to an exit. Any exit he wants now.
Oh, and he also takes... Okay, is the ledge drop banned?
Yeah, I think they just both missed it. It is not banned. Anyways, that's the second objective. Rubber duck for number 3. And they are both exiting at the same second.
This is photo finish, Mr. Mike. You have everything on the first spin.
Welcome to Roulette Rivals World Championship. First map, down to the same second. I mean, Mike will of course let us know which stream delay is longer, so someone might have an early advantage, but this is so many restarts he has to calculate, so many loading times he has to deduct, and we are going to be here for a while, 6 minutes from the spin remaining, but when it ends, we still won't have a winner.
"24 minutes, the spin goes on, and both players finish within 2 seconds of each other."
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Eli had it, he just missed the ledge drop. And Gordy missed... I think that was also like a range of 6 to 8 seconds by missing that ledge drop. So if the winner is decided by less than that, then we can have another bench moment.
Yeah, we already have everything. Then this is the first map.
One map.
We have photo
out of
finish. We have
600.
technical difficulties. We have, you know, the new bench moment, the ledge moment.
The ledge, nice. The GIF gallery is increasing.
Gordini ledge.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah, this we don't have to go in if the rest of the maps in the rest of the 200 plus matches go like this, it's gonna be exciting. And highlight reel video is gonna be really big.
Yeah, there's going to be 24 hours of highlights coming into the same video. So I'm sure most people here know what is going to happen now, but let's just go through it once again. So this is a cross-platform tournament. PC and console players play at the same time, or can be played in the same matches. And because of hardware differences and I guess the differences between platforms, we can have a situation where someone finishes first, but only thanks to his Hitman in-mission loading times being so much shorter, because we expect PC to be faster a lot than consoles, especially the old-gen consoles. So for that, last year, and since the last World Championship, every time we are going to have photo finishes if two players finish close enough, which was 30 seconds until now, but it is 47 seconds now. If they finish within that range, then all loading times are calculated and deducted from the final finishing time. So we get a fair result, which shouldn't be a disadvantages for consoles or advantages for PCs. Can chat just vote? I think Mike would definitely appreciate if a 5-minute vote would decide this one. How bad of a disaster. This match had everything, Tim, be welcome. Yes, we had pros, we had the real RR. Yeah, that's exactly right, Dubov. Everything you want from an RR match has happened in the last 45 minutes. And expect more of the same for the next 2 months. Every day you are going to turn on your PC or TV and you should be seeing 5+ matches each day, eventually resulting in a world champion. This is just brilliant action. So as for upcoming matches, this is not the end of the match, of course. We are only one map down, but there are at least 4 more today. I think this is where the day ends. The next one would start in 15 minutes, and hopefully they don't mind some delays. Meme Junkie and some random person will be playing the second match of the tournament in Berlin and Marrakesh. After that, we have a 3-hour break, and we have 3 more matches for the evening. Papi Fresse versus Mikulars, Taran versus Joe the Baby Grabber, and Randy plays again, this time against Derek. We have a caster for that one already. It's Curry and Mullet. Me too, Ibe. Really well done by Mo and I believe Mike for the match overlay itself, and of course the integration with Curry Maker's RR stats. Everything getting more professional, and the players are getting better, and we are getting more highlights. Everything getting better, tourney after tourney. But who will win the first points of this tournament? It's just crazy to know. I'm going to type a bit because you guys have seen that the next match in 15 minutes has no caster, and by the way no admins, so I would just arrange some things while we are waiting for the photo finish to end.
Warning, target will be lost in 15 seconds. Warning, target will be lost in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Target lost.
And yeah, the target has been lost, but this doesn't mean an automatic tie. We are going to have a winner. I hope to God that this isn't a tie down to 1 second or 0. And someone is going to have 2 points for this. Takes the early lead. And after this we are going to have more Sapienza. We are definitely going to have a lot of highlights from this tournament. I agree, New England. And Eli also brings up a good point, which I've seen in chat as well, that if you guys remember the start of the spin, Eli had to restart his game. And I wouldn't be 100% sure if that counts as loading time, because to me, or in my definition, the loading time is the screen where you can see the targets and you are waiting for it to load. But it's also an issue which wasn't his fault, I guess. So I'm not 100% sure how it would be counted. But we are going to have some numbers in a few minutes for sure.
Oh yeah, I was just reading that. Eli said he hit close game instead of resume, so I would say that is his fault, even though.
Yeah,
but the loading time should be counted when he clicked play and then the menu showed up to load the level.
Yeah, then it's most definitely his fault. I read the start of his matches, his message that if we witness the beginning, and I thought it's something that he also witnessed, but if he was the protagonist of that, then it's a different matter. And I mean, it just looked so even to me. And they had almost the same amount of restarts. I can see some preliminary numbers that Gordy had 1 more restart.
Yeah, look at admin chat, our admin chat.
It's I can't confirm, but I can accept it, and once the score is updated, then I just read it out. Sounds legit to me. Yeah, it is as close as we expected.
Yeah, once it gets posted in matchups.
Then it will be official, and that's a YouTube video of a featured contract by Eli, so he's not even practicing for the next map. There's the Eli win.
Score 2-0. 0. You are in the lead.
Eli had 50
Keep it up.
seconds of loading time across 4 starts, so that's 3 restarts and the initial load. And Gordy had 44 seconds across 5 starts, so one more start, but still less for the PC player than Stadia. And
Google saved Levy here.
yeah, thanks Google. So this is a comeback, because if Levy wins by 4, he gained 6 on Gordy, so Gordy finished first by 2 seconds, and loading times made it so that Eli won the first map. But this is just incredibly close, and what a start of the World Championship, really.
And the things, the more they change, the more they stay the same. This is how exactly it went in Roulette Rivals 6, wasn't it? Levy won the first Sapienza.
I don't remember the order anymore. I just know that they both won 1.
Yeah, I think Levy won the first one. I'm looking at RR stats right now, I think, if I'm reading it correctly.
Yeah, if it's green, then it's a win
Yeah,
from his
so
perspective.
Levy won the first map.
My highlight from that match, and I still remember that, is the Whittleton decider. The way Gordy won with the electrocution, a very ballsy kill at that on Nolan. So, but we already had this much excitement in 1 map, so I just don't know what to expect anymore. We are going to have 2 more maps of this duo for sure.
So that actually increases Levy's win percentage in Sapienza to 50% exactly.
Yeah, it's now 2 for 2. 2 wins, 2 losses. And that brings Gordy down to 50. 4 wins, 4 losses. But I suppose ties can still happen, and after this one I wouldn't be surprised, but most likely someone is going to move away from 50% once more, and is going to stay there until the next match at least. The group stage of the World Championship Team B is play all 3 maps, get up to 6 points from each match, and try to collect as many points as possible. So even if the score is 4-0, that would be an Eli win for the match, but Gordy would still want to get those last 2 points, because the points are which count. Those count, and not just the wins, draws, and losses. And Gordy did lose the last map by 4 seconds. He was the first one to finish by 2 seconds, but because the match was so close, Mr. Mike, and I believe with Punk's help, calculated the loading times of both players, and the conclusion was that Eli lost because of the loading times. So removing those times, Eli is the rightful winner of the first 2 points and the first map. What a way to start, really. 30 seconds to go, and you might see more of the same, or a harder spin but easier execution, or just everyone going off the rails. 5 more seconds until the second Sapienza spin.
7, 6, 5.
Which is as follows: Silvio Caluso, Fall as Green Plumber, Francesca De Santis, Electrocution as Waiter. Another remote kill for Franny. It is probably one that will be done at the 2:30 mark, and not at the exit. And then another another accident for Silvio. So if players know how to get a waiter early enough, then I wouldn't say this is a really hard spin, because the green plumber is isolated. There are plenty of disguises which are allowed at the basement.
Yeah, the green plumber, not only is he isolated, he's also right underneath the mansion, unlike the red one who's
Yeah.
across the map.
Yeah, that's always at some time. Mario, that is, but this is Luigi, and probably won't be too difficult to acquire. Gordy is going...
Gordini,
Yeah.
yeah, straight through the mansion. Eli using the emetic remote grenade inside the briefcase on check, please. I think that's check, please. I'm pretty sure. Don't remember anymore.
Been a long time
And then
ago.
the trank on him as he's walking.
Eli
He's
really
gonna have
going
a lot
quickly.
of chemicals inside. Yeah, this guy.
That's also true. So I wonder what's Gordy's play here, because he doesn't have these guys, but he can obviously set up Francesca. I still prefer Eli's approach, because 50 seconds in with the waiter disguise, even if he waited till the bathroom, he would have just enough time to get there at 2 minutes 30 seconds. So Gordy's not going his
I wonder if
usual
he
way.
expected those guys to be a waiter there, but none of those guys are waiters.
Oh, that's true. That seems reasonable. They look similar, but of course they wouldn't have anything to do in the mansion. And God is pausing a lot. I think you're right. They are not enforcing the observatory, but once 47 is outside, then they would. So in any case, Gordy will isolate Silvio, and I think if the kills are done, or the KOs are done quickly enough, then in the next 50 seconds the full Francesca isolation can be done as well. But Gordy is really thinking about this and not quite sure. Oh, now I understand. So the 4 kill will be done up here, which is of course the one with the least amount of dragging. He's going to forget about first cycle Francesca, and we'll just get the waiter for second cycle. But I still think that Eli's approach is quicker, because he has the disguise up here already. It's 1 KO, but needs another KO on that guard if he...
He's gonna drag her to Silvio's bathroom.
Ah, so true. I guess it's the match of this bathroom. I'm just learning as we go, because I haven't used this one, and both spins utilize this room. Nice to see.
He's turning both of them. Just making sure. Gets the kill, Eli. Oh, and Gordy gets what's called a gun flash and kind of puts Francesca in lockdown. Still looking for that trank shot. Second guard is approaching. Yeah, he's gonna restart.
Yeah, Gordy gives up on this one. It didn't look like a really solid run, to be exact, to be honest. So I think a restart will help him more, and maybe changes his approach a little, get some better timings, and go after Eli, who has a 3.5 minute advantage. And well, most of the spin is done already. Francesca kill, Silvio isolation. All he needs is the green plumber, which we already said that is not hard to get, and the EMP.
Yeah, Eli's looking solid in this particular spin.
a bit lost in the barrel room.
Oh,
It's the
yeah,
other way
he's
around,
definitely lost. Yeah. At least we get a tour of the wine. If anybody hasn't played Sapienza or bothered going in here, because why would you?
It's the most interesting room of the map. But it is quite important for this particular spin and always for this disguise. And this is the second one for Eli, and not sure about the trespassing properties upstairs, but down here he's fine, and it's not a long run to the observatory, so not much left to
Yeah,
go.
one main part of the mansion he is trespassing. He's allowed on the outer front area, but yeah, as you can see, he's trespassing here, which shouldn't be difficult to navigate.
Now I guess he's one chef away from finishing this. but-
Gordini's going for a waiter up here, which is he's not also not a waiter. He's also a housekeeper here, isn't it? I can't, well,
in the sanguine shop, that's
I
a
know this.
housekeeper, yeah.
Yeah, so he's using mud shot.
Oh, that is not...
Yeah,
that is for sure
run.
disallowed. So we are going to see another
I
first.
think he just wants to see the disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the disguise you want, but
I mean,
he's
I
gonna
suppose
restart
it's
anyways.
fine, yeah, because he was going to restart at that point, and he knew that, and he's aware of the rules, but really not working out for him with this spin. And I guess the disguises in general, because the butler was so tough to get last time, and now the waiter is... he just doesn't know which one to go for, which Eli showcased for us perfectly.
Now, Eli also took out Silvio while we were watching Gordy experiment, so this is looking really good for Eli. And he doesn't take the drop. This is okay. He gets it this time.
Now he gets it. So who's that body?
One of the guards.
But if that body is found, then there are more bodies found in there. Who went in there? And why? Silvio fall. Why would... I missed it because of course we were watching at Gordy, but I'm speechless after this.
Okay, so I can't remember whose outfit he took. Was it the blue one he took or the brown one? If it's the blue one, because that's the guy we saw, the guy with no clothes, it might have been the guard that walks up and down the hallway and he left the door open.
Might just be the door. Most likely.
Yeah. There's no other way any body should be found.
Eli 20 seconds away from finishing, getting those bodies found. And it's back to square one, and now God is doing the same, and actually an even better waiter who is closer to a bathroom himself, if he routes there eventually.
We already figured out who the waiter is. He's doing the same thing Eli is, except he's gonna let the waiter walk into the bathroom, which then it becomes a free isolation.
It's even better loadout wise because you are not wasting a corner here, and 2 minutes 30 seconds are still more than doable here.
Yeah, it's not a waste of time either. 51 seconds, he has the disguise, and I would say he's a little bit ahead, maybe like 5 seconds, because he's downstairs.
Yeah, even that. So it's well done by Gordy. It took him 9 minutes, and we were very close to 4-0 lead by Eli, but that body found means that Gordy has a chance, and Gordy is definitely de-rusting now, and he's playing better than 10 minutes ago, than 20 minutes ago, and so on. Just take some time to get warmed up.
Yeah, that distraction shot Eli does for the guard, I think he's the one that found the bodies. I don't know if it would have been better for him to just let him walk through and then knock him out by walking behind him. Yeah,
that still works timing-wise if you follow him into that hallway KO, and I want to say that you can even hide him in Francesca's bedroom, but it gets
Yeah.
really tight at that point.
That's not necessary at all, though, because that hallway isn't seen by the chef. The chef sees that second set of stairs from that little gap in the window. Oh, Gordy walks around that guard, but then walks straight into him.
Oh, now that is
What
going to
is
be
going
costly.
on?
They were kind of tied until then. With Eli probably 20-second advantage. But we saw that he has the silenced pistol, so he's not going for EMP or sniper shot, while Gordy is using one less item to get this waiter, which means he most likely has something for the virus. So it would have been another close one, but now it's Eli with a big lead, a bigger lead than 47 seconds, which I know someone doesn't want to experience for the second time.
Target down. Next up, Silvio Caruso.
So standard ISO for Eli, Calmer shot and 2 KOs, just don't do it too early. And that should be fine. I mean, another missed throw, but we see that before. And there's the chef questioning his life. And okay, that was a nice save.
Yeah, that was a nice save. He shot through that blinding spot of that door. You could just see light.
And if those bodies aren't found now, then they won't be later on, because this was the crucial part of the chef's cycle. And he didn't see in here. Silvio's body is a bit sketchy, but now it's going to be fine.
He's closed the door this time.
Yeah, it's hard to see because he might very well press it in the last second, but we can't see it. And there we go, now he's going safe. Odaf, there's a chance for Santa Fortuna always, because there are no bans in the group stage. Third map can be anything except Sapienza. You just pick twice, otherwise we would have 16 choices, now we have 17. Yeah, Eli knows that it was the doors, so he's closing everything.
This is the door he needs to... There we go. Yeah, that's the door he needs to worry about.
And if the chef was here 2 minutes ago, then I don't think he would be anywhere close now. Back to green guns and one more objective to go.
Yep. So this, after taking this guy's, he's hiding the body. That was a Calmer body. He doesn't want any reason for anybody to come into that room, but doesn't matter. It's fully cleared out. Eli's playing ultra safe.
It's nice to see after the last map, which I think he was taking a bit more chances than he should have. Checking for rare enforcers, rare NPCs roaming around that area. He's getting the nunches passing these guys, which is probably a given if you are sniping or shooting the stalactite. And it is now 20 seconds again. This time though, not a single body being out in the open. God is going for the quickest 4 kill, but that's too little too late, and Eli is going to get the second 2 points if he can get to the exit, and he can, so now it's 4-0 to Eli and no photo finish, thank God. So this confirms that Eli PapaLevy is the first winner of Roulette Rivals World Championship, but in the group stage, everyone plays the same amount of matches, the same amount of maps, so we are going to have a random decider still, a random third map to be exact, because this doesn't decide anything except 2 more points, and we are going to Marrakesh for map number 3.
Nice.
Staying in Season 1, and it is one that Gordy will appreciate, but he doesn't know about the new rules that he has to play 3 maps guaranteed. So once we get Gordy back, we are going to have 1 more map. I mean, he should know. He played last year. In fact, he won Group H, which was the biggest group back then, with 5 players. He played 8 matches. He hasn't lost a single one. 6 wins and 2 draws to his account, and then lost to Fruit 7 in the double elimination bracket. But yeah, we want Gordy back. I mean, the GG makes sense because after every map is a GG, and we had 2 players so far, Chris, and 1 exited and 1 didn't, so I guess it's a 50% striking rate. Oh, Meme didn't know either. I'm sorry to leak Shoutcaster chat, but yeah, I get it now. And God is back, so we're going to have Marrakesh in 3 minutes.
You made it. Most impressive.
We are dividing by 0 in Eli's side because he has never played in Marrakesh before, as far as RR tourneys go. And Gordy has a very impressive 67% strike rate, 4 wins, only 2 losses. See if I can find anything on him. If any Marrakesh wins were tied to his name recently.
Last one was versus Currymaker.
Was a decider too, or I think
It was a decider, yes.
yeah, I will need some time to get the terminology right because this is a random map but not a decider, and will be the case for a while. And then also beat Brain Fixer in RR5 but lost to Hardware in RR5 as well. It's mixed, but I think with Eli's lack of experience, it is definitely Gordy's map to lose. So he can get some points out of this, even though Eli is the first winner. I would like to peek at hit maps one more time. There is a no shoutcaster scheduled for Meme Junkie versus some random person, so I'm happy to keep the stream going and stream the next one if it's not awfully too late for Meme, but I think he agreed to this one. And I can admin it so the Americans can go to lunch if you prefer, Punky. But of course anyone is welcome to join, and an admin is also not assigned just yet. 45 seconds until map number 3. Gordy has the suit explosion accidents chat down to the, like, I guess nailed perfectly.
Yeah, where he and Zayden both die within 30 seconds.
Eli is really practicing last
Prepare
minute, or
yourself.
probably
Duel
on a
starts in 10
theory side.
seconds.
He's
9,
watching videos, reading guides,
7,
but
6,
it's working out for him so
4,
far.
3.
4-0 and could be 6-0 with
1.
this Marrakesh Steampunk.
Eliminate the target.
Yeah, it's first Marrakesh of Roulette Rivals World Championship. Reza Zaidan with the scissors as the consulate security, and Klaus Strandberg with the saber as the masseur.
Now the saber will be a fun one, and the way back as consulate security, because it is arguably the worst disguise of the map, with decent but not great consulate access, and a ton of enforcers inside and out.
Yeah, Eli's looking up the sabers. There's two sabers. One is in Reza Zaydan's office, and the other one is the shoe shop that goes into the tunnel, or the underpass, or whatever it's called. That's the only thing that kind of makes it out of the way.
Probably the trick is to think it as Klaus any disguise saber, so you just want to get there with the saber around the regular timing, and you know the Messer isn't far away, so just get him when you can. It's going to be consulate for Gordy.
You made it.
And also consulate for Eli, so they are starting inside and probably with the disguise. Scissors can be found in the marketplace area, and at least it's not illegal to pick up, thank God. Makes it a much more friendly kill item than the kitchen knives and cleavers of the market, where I reap time and time again to shopkeepers noticing that pickup.
Yeah, Gordini completely ignores that guard that's there and gets by. Yeah, you have to not get rid of that guard, which is Eli's doing.
So that throw was a good idea because it turns the guard away almost 180 degrees, but after this it can still mean that he can see the Messer, and probably the safest way is to just wait until he's out. Oh, and of course the corner is the safest way, because now it's just a quick grab. The door is open to make Eli's life harder, but there's the disguise.
Gordy with the knockout, and he stumps the body, so that's probably also good timing. That was... Guard didn't move that far.
Second time today when Eli has a strat earlier real-time wise with the corner, but Gordy manages to catch up using one without it. And the only lead for Eli is his 45-second in-game time, because other than that it's virtually tied.
Wait, what did Eli take the disguise outside and underneath to get up here? No way.
That is...
You could just walk straight through.
I'm
Yes,
not 100%
he
sure
did.
about the decision.
He could have taken the disguise through the consulate, but he goes outside in a hostile. That's a really questionable play, but he still makes it in time. But he's got to take care of a guard, and Klaus doesn't hang around for too long.
I mean, the video what he saw before the spin,
Yeah,
he went through the garage, but in that spin I used the trespassing disguise, so it's not quite the same situation, but he got the timing, and I think the last second he manages to lure Klaus back to the proximity. No, he turns back, he's too far away now. So much for that. You're only left with the mission story now.
To a guard.
Most wanted man in Morocco.
And speaking of mission stories, we're going to see Cherry Blossom, I believe, the consulate mission story, to bring Reza to the garage, or to the basement gasoline drum, whatever that place is.
Miss Pearson called in Masseur for me. Has he arrived?
I don't know, sir. Ask the front desk.
Right, so I don't know. Eli, is he gonna wait for Klaus to go back into his meeting room?
Oh, good. There you are.
Only now Klaus realizes that the
So,
Messer is there, and now the mission story is, I guess, on. It's not an escort type, I think. Yeah, Klaus will just go to the Messiah's room. It's not like Ken, where you
I
can
am going to miss this
lure him to any room you want.
She has been awfully good to me. But at least I'm not going back home. Scandinavian winters? Enough said.
I think, Chris, the only way that the honeycomb is nullified if the life properties change. So if KO dies, but if it was died to begin with, then I think it should be fine. Seems like it's not really going to be the case because Gordy is going to get Klaus.
I will leave Strandberg in
Or-
your capable
yep.
hands.
Eli is dancing around this guard here, which he could use as a disguise for Reza.
Might even say it's planned. So I haven't done this since 2016. I have a memory of bodies being found here, but I guess we'll see how long this room is unoccupied.
It shouldn't be found because it would be found by that guard he knocked out, because he usually walks out of the room when Reza and the masseur is there. So it is also mine, is also 2016 knowledge. As far as I know, that guard should be the only guy that looks for him because he goes in there.
Yeah, that could be it then. And in that case, looking good for Eli. Other than the fact that 5.5 minutes down and no kills on a map where the 230 is the mark. Of course, it's Saber Masseur isn't the most straightforward combo, but some more routing needed. I think Eli will now get a Saber from the shoe shop. Or, of course, he can just go for Reza because he now has the disguise and can tab out to look for a scissors. No, he's looking for a Saber still.
And Gordy has the saber, but walking behind Reza. If he catches him early enough, he doesn't have to deal with the rest of the... Oh, he has the scissors, so this is looking good for Gordy. Gets the first kill, 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, hiding him is a good idea. I'm not 100% sure how the elites work around here, but I think that was a good dead spot, and one more body lying around. Just can't see anyone be nearby, but this is far from meta, so best to just hide everyone you aren't sure. Yeah, Gordy definitely looking good at this point. He already had the Masseur disguise secured, and now he has the saber on his back.
Oh, but he walks... That's
So
nice save
close,
there.
wow.
Bumped into the enforcer. Everything's happening in this match.
This was a big save. Did refresh after this, so chat won't complain that
Eli-
this was so spoiled.
Yeah, Eli has to navigate through this market area very carefully, because those military soldiers or something, whoever they let, the other military disguise, they are all enforcers to this consulate security.
Yeah, by far the worst disguise, but I think he is good now. He needs a way to get into this area. He has one dart, a calmer dart, but it is not the best angle to do it from, and now the shopkeeper is here as well.
Look at this from Gordini. Using the cherry blossom, he also caused Klaus to get into the bathroom, which is a free isolation. But he
And that's a
kills
kill
him with the wrong disguise.
disguise.
No. I was...
That
How
was
can you
so
make that
good,
play
but-
after making such a good timing?
And he doesn't know, it wasn't a mistake, it was a conscious wrong decision of eliminating Reza
Now to locate General
as the elite. And now, for the first time, because as this is another Mr. Mike Hitmaps update, the match admin has the option to message the participants of any wrongdoings, in which case the wrong disguise skill. So we don't have to look out for the matchups channel, and we don't see any messages there. So nice update, Mike. And well, unfortunately for Gordy, it has to be tested already. This match really has everything.
That was such an amazing timing. Klaus just peeling off of being the animation from vomiting in the toilet. I was thinking he goes there, he knocks him out, leaves the saber. And
Just was too eager. He knew that it was the last second decision.
Yeah, it's... Anyways, Eli is slowly moving forward here. He's got the intercom isolation on Reza. He's not gone for that pool ball distraction.
It was a peekaboo through the bathroom stall. Voleki area.
Yeah, that stall is not safe. You have to use it as cover.
But this is definitely going to be a kill now. 1 to go until a 6-0 sweep.
Yeah, Eli just has to keep it steady, hold it together. He's got a disguise here.
And that will allow him to...
Let's hope he doesn't slash Klaus with the saber with this disguise.
Wow. I mean, after all this, if that happens, then I just... I'm convinced that we are being trolled, and this is 2 paid actors trying to make the opener as exciting as possible.
Yeah, I mean, Eli already had a moment with the garage.
These people keep having their moments.
Yeah, well, there was a ledge in the first one.
Every millisecond counts, so just crouch down the stairs. That enforcer is nicely dodged.
It's a toss by Gordy a bit too early there. He got the attention of someone downstairs. That can't happen, and he will come in to investigate if you don't stop him. Klaus didn't bother going for that this time either. Okay, there we go. Finally, Gordy having some trouble with that.
He's going to get the isolation down, and well, after all, the door which has been blown open can be used by Eli. It is another disguise which is allowed in the consulate, but while we're at it, why not use it? And you are just passing up here. I was about to mention that I think you are just passing once you are halfway up the stairs. And he hesitated and still went for it and rips 11 minutes into his run.
You made it. Most impressive 47.
Absolutely incredible opening match. And of course I feel for them, because it can't be great to restart this many times. But the amount
It's not great for the health of anybody. Like, not even the admin, if he has to do photo finish now.
Yeah,
we need Mr. Mike alive for the next Roulette Rival overlays and other stuff.
Yeah, this is not really considered by the players, having to tie all the time.
Yeah, I'm just obviously joking, but yeah, that's comedy of errors there. Gordy walking straight up, and Levy doing the same thing, then getting spotted in a different way.
So now Gordy is going to initiate Cherry Blossom again. And so I just read in chat that I guess now we can see if no, there's, let me gather my thoughts. So Klaus was definitely sick, and I think this is the the side effect of the mission story, or why was Klaus sick? And I read someone said that the safe
Klaus
being
gets
open.
sick. Yeah, once he sees that, he gets sick. That's like a thing. That's why I thought that was amazing how the timing worked itself out where he was back, and then, you know, he could have been sick earlier or later, but that was literally perfect timing.
Yeah, it's first time I'm seeing this, and I think a lot of people here, so just happy to clarify that.
Yeah. The Klaus seeing that safe open will, first thing he will do is go vomit. If you do the other way, like where you call him down, he will puke and then he will go down. I think that if that's, as far as I remember, that's what happens. If he sees that safe before he gets the call.
Ah, just fascinating, because it really hasn't been seen so far, and even if it's accidental or it's on purpose, it doesn't matter, but it's really nicely done. Didn't work out in that particular run, and Klaus is KO'd in this one now, but I think that's a good one to remember.
Yeah, lots of improvisation from both these guys. Eli didn't take the garage with the Masur guys through the garage this time, so he was up here a lot earlier.
It's going to get the isolation. I think the last thing that didn't happen in this Marrakesh match is this room being wall hacky, which is a fact, just people haven't tripped to it today. There's a roaming security who can look at the vacuum cleaner on which Klaus is laying right now. So that's like a Francesca KO moment where it's always at the back of your mind if that can rip you or not. Gordy can't get his way around this street soldier. And he's about to miss raise. Oh, and that's combat. Oh, Gordy. Eager at the wrong time again. "11 minutes to go." 11 minutes was Eli's chat, and Gordy can do this in 7-8. So he can still finish, but Eli can't afford another restart at this point.
Yeah, Eli's mistake wasn't something that can't be fixed easily, so he can do that for sure. He just has to play calm at this point. He had the kills figured out. Much more efficient entry into the school as well, just straight up.
And much quicker. Of course, he missed the cycle last time, but with the mission story as the Massor, he gained 5 minutes on his last chat. He's going to do radio for the Razor kill, and as Elite get the Saber again, and Massor disguise and back to Klaus. So it's 5 more minutes of keeping your head cool, and he got the sweep. Gordy's getting the Massor again very quickly and has a lot of time to get this standard isolation down. First the vacuum cleaner to isolate the security, and then Klaus is alone on the balcony. So a double throne lure will get him, as we see about 5 or 6 times already this time. But all eyes on Eli, I think. So he is being whooshed again through the stalls, but in the end it's not going to be a peekaboo.
It wasn't strong enough this time because of the cover.
So that is fine. Doesn't look for the elite soldiers.
Oh,
downstairs.
Gordy. gets spotted opening the door with the key hacker.
And it's just first day is not Gordy's day, but 6 more matches to go, and as the winner of Group H last year, he is definitely not out of contention. It will be definitely interesting to see him play against the likes of T-Nort and Mr. Mike, Puff Guy, and Red Fox. So lots of points to be gained, but this is definitely Eli's to lose again. As the frames start to drop from my side, a bit stuttering.
At this point of the spin, in terms of how much time left, it is completely Eli's to lose. Because if he loses this round, it's probably it for him. Because he's in the tunnel at 7 minutes. About 8 minutes left.
Completely unnecessary
Yeah.
coin throw. Picks up
And
too loud.
picks up a couple. He could just take a couple extra seconds, go through the right side and grab the key card.
That's what would make sense.
He's not playing that safe. Not as safe as he was playing the second Sapienza.
He just wanted to get the loud explosive. Thankfully no fish in Marrakesh, so we know that he's not going for that. He could have got the key card from downstairs and the consulate car key from the ground floor. Checking long and hard for enforcers. Can't find one. Disguise is in here as well as the saber now. Not that one, the other one. Now it is correct.
Both targets down. Now head towards an exit.
And he just has to find an exit. Eli is not going to worry about consulate car key. He's going back to the market. And no enforcers for the messer. I don't think. There's Steve the intern for last 1 more second.
Yeah, unfortunately it wasn't Flying Saber as Steve the intern. It was Flying Saber as Kanye Engstrom.
Perhaps in the knockout stage.
People who know what that's from.
Exactly.
Yeah, Eli didn't take the car keys, which isn't too bad if you just go around. It's manageable. But yeah, he's playing safe, which is understandable and should be the way you play at this point.
Yeah.
There we go. Sweep for Eli, the opening match.
Oh boy. We got there in the end. I'm sure that's how Eli feels as well. And probably Gordy's more gutted because he had Marrakesh at least. Very close to finishing. The first Sapienza was
Victory.
4 seconds away. So it's a lot of close calls all going Eli's way. So he is the first winner of the World Championship. He picks up all 6 points. The win doesn't matter as much as the points. And Gordy stays on 0, but with 6 more matches to go. And with this one, the leaderboard should be updated because we don't have the brackets. And I will refresh cache if I can. Interact to go to Group F, and there we see PapaLevy leads Group F, 1 match down, 6 points scored with 100% win rate. Gordy stays on 0 with 6 more matches to go. Up next is, unless Meme went to sleep, but hopefully very soon, Meme Junkie versus some random person. I would like to check it once more, and no one wanted to take it, so it will be on this channel in 5, 10, more like 15 minutes. So don't go anywhere. There will be a BRB screen, and going to set up for the second match. Going to be Berlin and Marrakesh. Hope to see you there. Thank you very much, Punk, for joining for this crazy opening match.
Yeah, thanks for having me. That was a fun one. I'm glad I was here.
Yeah, it's going to be a memorable one, and we're hoping for many more like this. Next up, Meme Junkie versus some random person. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.